Hey, what's up, and thanks for clicking in. As the title says, my website, achainofblocks.com, got banned. It got banned from the popular referral website Hacker News. Now we're going to talk about that, but it's important to note before my website got banned, Hacker News was helping me to generate thousands of visitors to my website every single time I would post. In this video, I will explain exactly what I did to get the boot from Hacker News. But more importantly than that, we will discuss some modifications that you can employ on your own website to help generate that traffic that I was talking about without the permanent banning. I think you should stick around. This is going to be pretty interesting, and I really haven't seen anybody talking about this yet. So before I get into the specifics of how I got banned from Hacker News, let me give you a little bit of a backstory about how I even found out about this website. About a year ago, I woke up, it was one day during the week, my alarm was going off, and I did what I do every single morning, which is first, turn off my alarm, and second, check my Google Analytics for achainofblocks.com. About a year ago, I was only averaging less than 50 visitors per day. The site was still very new, with only 12 to 15 blog posts total. But on this particular morning, I woke up to see 30 users on my website at the same time. So I was a little freaked out that someone had hacked my website. But being as it was a work day, I had to shower and get ready for work. When I did get to my office, I was able to log into my Google Analytics, and what I noticed was this referral source called Hacker News. So as it turns out, website not hacked, but a user had logged onto my website and found an article and reposted it on Hacker News. I personally had never heard of Hacker News, but I quickly learned all about it. In short, Hacker News is kind of like a poor man's version of Reddit. It's really the most basic website you'll ever see. There's not even any channels or anything like that. It's really just one big bulletin board. What you do is you create a title and you put a link and you post it. And then people will go and view your content, and they might vote it up, they might vote it down, and they might comment on it. Similar to Reddit Karma, Hacker News has their own point scoring system for rewarding users that post good content and also leave good comments. So the way Hacker News works is when you first post an article on their website, it will go to the new board. And on this board, you will start to see some initial traffic as people that are viewing the new board will start to go to your website and they will read it and they will either vote it up or down, and they might comment depending on the quality of content. Similar to other sites, it's very, very important on Hacker News to get positive engagement within the first 30 minutes of posting an article. A post that does receive a good number of upvotes and maybe some comments as well has a very strong chance of going from the new board to the main board. And on the main board is where you will see a significant jump in traffic as you move up the main board. The main board would be the equivalent of the Instagram Explore page if you post something good on Instagram. The main board is the place to be if you want to see significant traffic to your website. On my best day using Hacker News to generate traffic to my website, I saw over 4,600 visitors from just that referral source. That was followed up by over 2,300 visitors on the following day with no additional posting. These are my actual Google Analytics. So as you can see, on October 9th, 2018, this was the day a reader posted my article on Hacker News, and it made it to the middle of page 1. His post turned into over 800 visitors to my website. This compared to just 43 visitors the day before. The next day was 198, and the next day after that was 162. Then, on October 16th, I created my own Hacker News account and tried to post my own article, and it saw 586 people visit my website. Some time went by and I produced and wrote a lot more content. I wasn't posting my articles each time I wrote them on Hacker News, but I was producing a lot of content and no one was coming and reading it. And it was getting a little bit frustrating because you're writing these articles and they take a lot of time and you post them and then no one comes and reads it. So what I decided to do was to give Hacker News another try. Like I said, at this point, I had a lot more content though. So I figured if one article netted me this many visitors, multiple articles would net me this many visitors. So I decided to post multiple articles on Hacker News at the same time. On Monday, December 10th, 2018, I got 3 of my articles on page 1 of Hacker News. I took this screenshot where I had 103 people on my blog at the same time. And truly, guys, there were times where I think it was closer to 170 or maybe even more. The total for the day was 4,638, and 99% of them were generated from Hacker News. I also received an additional 3,000 visitors over the next 2 days. So what did I do to get my posts, sometimes multiple posts, not only on the main page of Hacker News, but towards the top of the main page of Hacker News? So like I mentioned earlier, Hacker News, similar to most social media outlets, Instagram, Reddit, even YouTube, rely heavily on their users to tell them what is good content and what is not good content. And what I mean by that is when a group of users, a lot of users are interacting positively with a piece of content, that particular social media outlet who is in the business of attracting eyeballs to their website wants to show that piece of content to as many people as possible. That's not rocket science, but how does it relate to Hacker News? So with Hacker News, it's very easy to create an account. They don't even require an email verification. All you do is type in a username and a password, and that's it. You're in. Of course, you'll start off with 0 points, but that's okay. Unlike Reddit, you don't need points to post, comment, or vote on the website. The key that I have found to Hacker News is getting 7 to 9 upvotes in that first 30 minutes. So what I would do when I was getting ready to post is make sure that I would have 7 accounts available, ready to upvote. Now, it's also important to note that you must make sure that you're posting good quality content. And if you're doing that, you can rely on probably getting 1 to 3 additional upvotes when you post, bringing your total closer to 9 or 10. A few things that you want to consider when you're about to do this. It's better to not use a completely new account. So it's better to create an account, comment on a couple of different posts, upvote a couple of different posts, maybe even let a day or 2 go by. Do this over and over again for your different accounts. You also don't want these accounts to be connected in any way. So as you are going and liking different things initially, don't like the same content. I think being greedy and trying to get away with this too fast is what eventually caught up to me and got me banned permanently from the website. The last thing, and probably most important of all 7 of the accounts that you're going to use to initially upvote the content have to do so from a different IP address. If you just create 7 accounts from your house using the same internet network, you'll get banned before you see any action at all. You might be thinking, I don't have 7 IP addresses, and that will take a little bit of creativity on your part. And while I can't tell you exactly how to get 7 IP addresses, I will tell you how I did it personally. My exact way for pulling this off was to do it at work. At work, I have 2 internet networks. That's 2 IP addresses. I'm also a Spectrum internet customer, so I was able to catch a mobile signal from within my office. That's a 3rd IP address. I then used my personal cell phone, number 4, and my work cell phone, number 5. For number 6, I would send the link to my article to my wife to upvote. And for the 7th one, it would usually be a friend or a coworker. Full disclosure, that 7 upvotes within the first 30 minutes does not guarantee that you will make it to page 1 of the main page of Hacker News, but it's definitely a good start. I still want to stress, like I always do, it's most important that you're only posting high quality content on Hacker News. The reason being, if you do get to page 1, you will most likely start at the bottom of the page. At this point, my guess is you have no more lifelines left for free upvotes. You will be relying now on the users of the site to continue to upvote and engage with your content. A good piece of content will have no problem on Hacker News and will do very well. However, a shitty piece of content will vanish off the site very quickly and all your efforts will be for naught. That's all for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this topic. If you stuck around this long, you may as well take 5 more seconds and subscribe to the channel. Like it below, and if you have any questions, please drop a comment. I respond to everything, and thanks again. We'll see you next time.